So you shrink yourself every time you're around people. You hide yourself so you can be more digestible to other people. You're doing all of this just to avoid potential judgment. But for what? All you're doing is just prioritizing other people's comfort while you are keeping yourself stuck. By doing so, you're preventing yourself from becoming your most confident, magnetic self, and you're closing yourself from attracting opportunities that are going to make you quantum leap into your dream reality. I was the shyest girl in middle school. I wouldn't talk to anyone, and now I'm making videos, talking to strangers on the street. So if I did it, you can too. So if you want to overcome this fear of being perceived, then you need to understand this first crucial thing. Nothing is personal. You're afraid to express yourself fully and step out of your little bubble because you're afraid that the second someone is going to judge you, criticize you, and spread bad rumors about you, you are going to feel so bad about it, and your mind is associating it as threat. So you're just shrinking yourself and hiding yourself to avoid a potential rejection, people misunderstanding you, people criticizing you. And trust me, I still catch myself still taking criticism and misunderstandings from others badly. For example, a few months ago, some people were misunderstanding me and saying that it was so stupid and crazy that I made the decision to drop out of high school to pursue content creation full time, even though I know that I did the best decision that I can do for me right now. Also because I'm not doing this blindly, I have a strategy, and I promised my parents that if I don't make it in 6 months, then I'm going to work at my dad's restaurant. So I'm not doing this recklessly. Even though I know that, I still was so influenced by other people's opinions. I started to doubt myself. I started to think, oh my god, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? And I started to feel very badly because I wanted the approval of others so badly. But then I realized nothing is really personal, because if you really think about it, everyone is judging you based on their own worldview. That's why you're never going to understand someone fully because you haven't lived their own experience. You don't have their own mindset. So the same way you will criticize them and misunderstand them, of course some people are going to misunderstand your own path, criticize your own decisions. But let's think about it. If they lived your exact life and had your own mindset and worldview, they would make the exact decisions that you are making right now. So that's why you really need to take these opinions and criticisms more lightly and trust in our own judgment and decision making, because we are the only ones who know what is the best for us. So I reminded myself that even though this path is unconventional and that's why a lot of people doubt it and misunderstand it, at the end of the day, I believe in my discipline, skills, and I try to focus on my vision that a few months from now, a few years from now, I'm going to make massive improvements and that I'm not doing this recklessly. So this was the first one. The second one is even more crucial because a lot of people tend to do it without them even realizing that it's harmful for themselves, that it is making their fear of being perceived even worse, which is stop saying that you have fear of being perceived. Yeah, because you doing that is you putting yourself in a victim state. Like, oh my god, I used to literally think when I was like 13 years old that I'm going to become confident and stop hiding myself and being so shy when I'm going to turn 18 years old, 20 years old, when I'm going to become an adult, because time heals everything. And somehow I'm going to become confident randomly all of a sudden. And the thing is that I would believe this. But fortunately, I realized the hard truth that if you don't do anything about your insecurities, fears, you are going to stay the same. Time is not going to solve anything at all. If you don't process your traumas, let go of suppressed emotions, like do a reality check of the situation, you are going to remain the same. This is why a lot of people stay socially awkward even though they are 50 years old. There are a lot of people in their 60s who never step out of their comfort zone and be perceived and stay at home all day. Literally, I started to change and become more confident once I started to think oh my god, I need to take responsibility for my own life. I cannot stay like this. So 1 year later, when I was like 14 years old, I started to say, oh my god, I need to make friends in high school. I need to force myself, even though it's so embarrassing and out of my comfort zone. I need to go out in the city center and walk there alone so I can fight my social anxiety and fear of being judged and perceived and solve it, overcome it once and for all. So essentially, I want you to do these two things that I did. Start exposing yourself. So at the beginning, obviously you need to do it in small amounts so you don't sabotage yourself. So if you have social anxiety like me, you can start walking in your neighborhood for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Start saying hi to people. If you make eye contact with them, start to compliment strangers and your peers at school and journal about it. Journal about the progress that you've made. You know, the fact that now you don't feel so anxious of what that stranger was thinking about you on the street when you were walking by. Second thing that you need to do is to prove your fears wrong, because sometimes the reason why we are so afraid of stepping out of our home even and interact with people, being perceived by others when we are in a room full of people is because of the fact that we think that they are thinking something badly about us, especially about our insecurities. We think that other people notice immediately our flaws, both in personality and physically. Immediately think, oh my god, that person is judging me for my hate, for the fact that I'm awkward and shy in interactions, that I cannot talk to people in a normal, natural way. Oh my god, they are going to think that I'm weird because I talk in this way, that I walk in this way. So in order to break this, you need to ask yourself, is this true? Like, is that true that other people immediately notice your flaws? Like, no, most of the times people are just as worried and self-conscious as you are. And like, really ask yourself, why are you putting these people's thoughts and judgment on a pedestal? It really doesn't make sense. You need to realize that at the end of the day, we are humans. We all have fears, imperfections. We're all the same, so why are you putting all these people on a pedestal, thinking that they are perfect, which as a result is making you wanting to shrink and hide your own imperfections and flaws. But other than the fear of being perceived, there's another issue that a lot of people face, because sometimes you need to realize that you're not insecure, you're just hiding. So if you want to start shining, then watch this. See you there, Germliner.